but when God gets a hold of us and we let him use our life, it's glorious. Look at this, The Touch of the Master's Hand. This is by Myra Welch. She had heard somebody speak about this, and she penned the poem, and the song came from that. But I want to read it to you, and I just want you to listen and just grab a hold of it in your heart here. It was battered and scarred, and the auctioneer thought it scarcely was worth his while. So I'll tell you, kind of leading up to it, there was an estate auction. Many beautiful things were auctioned off, and there was one last thing. It was this old violin. The guys, the auctioneer's like, not much left here, guys. I think there's one more violin. Who will give me $1? Nothing valuable in his mind. So starting from that, it's an estate auction. Everything else has been auctioned off. Nothing worth anything left except for this old violin. But how many of you know it's worth a little more than he thinks? It was battered and scarred, and the auctioneer thought it scarcely was worth his while to waste much time on the old violin, but he held it up with a smile. "What am I bidding, good folks?" he cried. Who'll start the bidding for me? $1, $1. Then two, only two, $2. Who will make it $3? $3 once, $3 twice, going for $3, but no. From the room far back, a gray-haired man, he came forward and picked up the bow. Then wiping the dust off from that old violin and tightening the loosened strings, he played a mellow, pure and sweet, as a caroling angel sings. The music ceased, and the auctioneer, with a voice that was quiet and low, said, "What am I bid for the old violin?" And he held it up with the bow. $1,000. Who will make it $2,000? $2,000. And who make it $3? $3,000 once, $3,000 twice. And it's going, gone, said he. The people cheered, but some of them cried. We do not quite understand. What changed the worth of that old violin? Swiftly came the reply, the touch of the master's hand. And many a man with his life out of tune and battered and scarred with sin is auctioned off cheap and in the thoughtless crowd, much like this old violin. A mess of pottage, a glass of wine, a game, and he travels on. He is going once, going twice. He's going and he's almost gone. But then the master comes in, and the foolish crowd never can quite understand the worth of a soul and the change that is wrought by the touch of the master's hand. God wants to blow a fresh wind in your life. The principles from this story: the violin is not worth much around the wrong people. If you don't know music and its impact, you'll think it's just an old washed-up instrument. Many who are ignorant can't see the true value of that violin. And it's the same. You may be so ignorant you don't see your value, or others may not see your value. It took one man with insight and understanding to change everyone's perspective. When the master violinist made a few adjustments, the true music began to flow out of that instrument. The ear-piercing nails on the chalkboard was changed to a sound harmoniously enrapturing that lifted the spirits in that room. The value of the violin increased tremendously in the right person's hands. Will you let God have your life? Will you let God make a few adjustments? Will you let God play his song through your life?